Morning, guys. Just a reminder what's going on with the S&P on the daily is that we're plateauing. In fact, we're not really plateauing, we're actually in descent, and that hasn't happened. I have to scroll out a long way till here. All right, see how it went sideways and then it went in, it declined. And this was prior to the COVID crash when the risk calculation went, it went bearish for us. So that's when the retail guys went that long. And that's when it crossed over the zero line. And you see on the risk calculation, we're getting close to zero because we're at 2. And we were at 21 around here. So we're seeing like movement of the crowd and what's happening. So they're going to start to go long as this is teetering. So this is the fundamental basis to my dollar strength thesis. So this is why that's why I put out the pound USD short. Because I think this is looking like it's topping out. Also, don't forget that the bands are narrowing over time, and this isn't particularly healthy. And what's going to happen is that it will narrow so much it will just have to puke. And the way it's going, it looks like it's falling. So what you want to do is keep an eye on 4365, and that's the lower band support. I don't know how they're going to rescue it. I guess they're going to make some story, maybe a scary news story, and it's going to help the retail guys shift their bias, or technically it looks like it's going to fall. So let's talk about the pound. Pound H1, so we've got this descendant line. There's your monthly pivot. Okay, we are a sell. Admittedly, they're actually decreasing their longs, which that's fairly bullish. But this at a high level is a sell. SFC is 135.20, 135.81. Moving average trend is quite bearish, apart from H1, H4, signal center weight. But do note the descending trend line you've got there and like the lower high, as you can see. So that's just a look at the order book and SFCs, and we can see that any nodes that are sticking out, they're probably going to get probed. 134 is one there, for example. Let's look at the pound USD weekly. Bearish because we've got descending shift channel, and we're bearish because we've got below the median pitchfork line. No, it hit that, perfect. And so we've got a confluence of resistance here at 138.10. So depending on your risk appetite, you could have a tiny position. I have a stop there. I wouldn't recommend that you do that because it will still be expensive, but I don't think we're going to break 138.10. Okay, so that's the weekly chart. Daily, 38.2 resistance, 135.66. Our stop is 135.70. All right, so if we go above that, we could potentially come up and we'll zigzag, but I do not think we're going to break 138.50, to be honest with you. We'll have to wait and see. We potentially could come up there, but we've got a bearish dragon, so at that point it was a sell. Coincided that. H4, descending pitchfork at 135.46. So we ideally would want to break 135.35, and once that, would be plain sailing for nice profits. We've got a bullish butterfly, so it's made of that XABCD. So we'd want it to break this harmonic low at 133.98. And look at some high volume nodes daily. 135.36, we want it below, which has got a confluence to the pitchfork. 135.35, and we want it below 135.36. So that's going to be a key level. If you can be patient, wait for that to break, and then you target that. And that could always just be a stop loss. If you wait 10 pips or so, you could 10 pip stop loss. It's going to target 133.92. We should really be falling a lot because of that fundamental thing that I showed you at the beginning with the S&P and risk, because the USD is going to appreciate, the pound will depreciate in a risk-off environment. And there's the pound USD using the bands, and we can see how we're in descent. We've got some resistance overhead, not much support, H4. And yeah, so we're looking here now for the next support. According to this indicator, this is the FX SSI indicator, which you can get from their website, support resistance So it's saying 13393. So that's got a confluence with the levels that I showed you there, right? So the things are lining up for a short. I might just want to be a little bit patient. The entry is going to be tricky, but know that we've got the fundamental behind us, assuming that this falls, all right? And I guess it probably will, but they won't want it to do. We won't. They won't want it to fall. They'll need like a narrative, a fundamental reason for it to fall. Maybe the tapering. I mean, that really could do it, but we'll have to wait and see. It's very, very hard to forecast. If you're betting on this to fall, you are fighting a big, big beast, and we're on a huge, huge bull trend. So we could buck the trend and we could find some support, but we should have a healthy pullback. So hopefully it helps. This is probably going to be our signal, I think, this week. And just trade safely. And don't forget we've got NFP on Friday. So let me know if you need any charts. I won't mind. I'll probably be wrapping up in a couple of hours because I haven't slept. But it won't be a problem. So you can catch me for the next 2 hours. That's not a problem. But after that, I'll probably be asleep. So keep an eye on your levels that I showed you in this video. And yeah, good luck to us. And I'll speak to you soon.